Բարև բոլորին, ես Պայծառ Մուրադյանն եմ, ուրեմն սովորել եմ Երևանի պետական համալսարանում ֆիզիկայի ֆակուլտետում, այնուհետև շարունակել եմ կրթությունս Միացյալ Նահանգներում, մթնոլորտային գիտությունների գիտնական եմ, աշխատում եմ Արգոնի ազգային լաբորատորիայում, Չիկագոյի արվարձաններում եւ 2020 թվականի 44-օրյա պատերազմից հետո ակտիվորեն ընդգրկվել եմ SASTIC-ի գործունեության մեջ, SASTIC-ի նպատակն է, ներկայացնում եմ SASTIC-ը այսօր, ես SASTIC-ի գործունեության նպատակն է համախմբվել մի գաղափարի շուրջ, որն է մեր երկրի ծաղկունության բարգավաճման ուղղությամբ քայլեր անելը, հաստատուն քայլեր անելը, ուրեմն Երևի ինչ-որ մասեր ես անգլերենով կանեմ, we are doing everything in our power to make our country more resilient and prosperous. The road ahead of us is very difficult. We have to combine all of our power, and each of us plays a critical, vital point. So our vision is to establish a virtual environment where global specialists and on this flower, you will see all the petals representing all these links that are critical for our prosperous Armenia. Establish a fertile environment where global specialists, which is us, community capital, which is the youth and the talented youth here, and talented youth to come together and innovate together. Our mission is for our professional community to create infrastructure, which is research infrastructure, assisting educational and research programs, and form modern companies and their unions that will be the base of SASTIC to execute long-term strategic programs, making our country more resilient and prosperous. So in 2021, Armen Khachaturian, who is one of the founders of SASTIC, presented SASTIC's goals and the current works, what had been done. And this is basically a summary of what he presented. So we are a well-structured organization. At that point, we were a well-structured organization. We had established educational and human resource development for strategic programs. We try to operate SASTIC in programs in full power, leading to job creation. That was our aspiration. And our intention was to also invest in infrastructure to create infrastructure, to understand the infrastructure needs and support the development of new infrastructure to be the basis of new businesses, new business ideas. We are also looking forward to being involved in research and development projects in Armenia. That was in 2021, and we were working towards the establishment of all of these components. And what is the view currently? In 2022, SASTIC already has fully developed and functional committees, which are project review committee, marketing committee, etc. We have already hired a managing director that has been leading the day-to-day activities of SASTIC since a few months ago, and she's also very involved in making new connections in Armenia and abroad, and bringing in new ideas and new project applications into SASTIC pipeline. We have already conducted project management trainings and marketing internships, and we're currently conducting active work in programs on artificial intelligence and machine learning internships. So these programs are already, as I said, actively in work, and they are planned for October of this year. We have already done the first big investment in unique technologies. I'll talk about that in future slides. And we have already put forward the idea of SASTIC virtual laboratory. The announcement has been already out, and we have already invested in a pilot start. Well, I'll talk about that later as well. And we have established connections within research teams and government organizations. So what is SASTIC and where does our money come from? We are a group of members. So right now we have about 140 active members. Some of us are more active than donating monthly money. We are heavily involved in day-to-day activities as well. But recurring monthly donations range from $10 to $200. you are more than welcome to donate more if you believe in the mission of SASTIC. And these monthly donations accumulate and are invested into realization of some business ideas. We get project proposals and we review them, try to invest in these companies and ideas. And then when these incubated companies become successful, some of the return comes back to SASTIC, and then SASTIC reinvents in future companies. And of course, monthly memberships also accumulate and become capital for new investments. So you may be interested in the demographics. This is a chart showing where our members come from. Interestingly enough, 35%, the large population is from Armenia, and I'm extremely happy about that. 34% is from United States, and we have members from various European countries as well. Some members are from Russia, and some members are from Canada. So what do we do with our budget? With last 2 years of our works, the members and the board, SASTIC board, has come together and worked extensively to decide what needs to be done, what is a priority. And the priority is set as projects and programs. Whoever comes to us with applications for executing their ideas, those are the priority. Then we are also thinking that we need to have infrastructure that can help for the realization of these ideas. And we also have allocated some money for strategic grants and educational programs, because education is the background of all this. We invest in education, we'll have some projects that will come to SASTIC with their ideas. And some of the costs are for organizational maintenance. But I'm happy to report that over 95%, this is close to 97, 98% of raised funds we are targeting to spend for funding of ideas and business ideas. And the only very little money is spent on operational maintenance. And as of right now, it's over 100K raised within the last year for based on monthly donations. So I would like to present a little bit about the progress in detail so that you understand how we operate. So since 2021, we have had 19, actually it's 20 as of right now, project ideas pitched to SASTIC. So what happens there, we have a project review committee. I'll talk about the process in detail a little bit later. Project review committee reviews these applications, and we say, okay, this project goes forward to the next stage. And then we conduct a technical interview from submitted projects. The number of technical interview is like 19, goes down to 8. And then later on, we conduct a business interview. And then the last stage is the approval and the financing. And in detail, this end-to-end process from application to execution is we get a project application, then we conduct a feasibility, acceptability and suitability review, how it is aligned with SASTIC missions. Then we conduct a technical feasibility review. After that, we assign a curator to each project at that point, and the curator works very closely with the applicant team. If there are any mistakes, or our team would like any progress to be made, like improvements done on the application or the budget proposal, etc., etc. This close collaboration brings it to the next level where we have a high quality application. Then we do a financial feasibility review, whether or not SASTIC is thinking it's feasible to finance such a project, because sometimes you get a $500,000 proposal, which we cannot as of right now. Then after that, SASTIC makes an investment offer. We sign an investment contract, and the project starts to be executed. And I am happy to report that as of right now, we have 3 approved projects. I will talk about them later. So here, the first project that we funded was AIP Scientific. Many in the room probably know about them. $32,000 was funded. It's a biotech company. The second one was a prototype of future. They print 3D printed consumer goods. We have started with $2,000 investment, but that is to grow. And we have signed for AI internship program that is to be executed in October. So a little bit in detail about the AFT Scientific and our contract. That's the first investment based on convertible notes, $32,000. They developed unique orthopedic implant technologies in Armenia. The prototype is already demonstrated, and their technology, the Biostar implants for bone regeneration, is already out in the market as of right now. Per contract with SASTIC, they were supposed to provide 5 reconstructive surgeries for our soldiers who were wounded in the last war. And those surgeries have been performed with 100% success rate. But overall, SASTIC's investment has resulted in 30 cases of similar surgeries within the last year. So we are already seeing the fruits of our investment. You can learn about AIP if you're interested, below is link. So then the next investment, so SASTIC Virtual Lab. What is a virtual lab? We decided that sometimes we get projects that need specific equipment. So we set forth the idea of having these virtual labs where we buy instruments such as 3D printers, laser cutters, CNCs, etc. And that belongs to SASTIC. However, if we collaborate with a company or with groups of young engineers or whatever, we collaborate and it becomes a successful venture, then SASTIC may actually do this first investment of giving a virtual laboratory to that company. So if you're interested in qualifying, you just provide a work plan and a list of equipment that you need. And SASTIC provides the package of this instrument under a service agreement. And after that, as I said, you may get the package if the proposal becomes a successful venture. So we have already invested in a company, Proto Lab. This is a very talented group of young professionals from Noemberian. They are 16 to 18 years old. And SASTIC has provided a Palette 3 Pro equipment to produce 3D multicolor printing. They are already using this technology and selling their products online. And the plan is to collaborate with them further. The next step is after the review of the first stage, we provide the next stage of equipment. So I already talked about goals, which is, create Armenia, resilient Armenia. And the only challenge I can see at this point is growing member base. If we grow the member base, we have more funding to invest in new projects. An additional problem is getting high quality applications all year round. So if you know anybody who is interested in setting up their business idea, just come to us, come to SASTIC. So big thanks to all of our volunteers. You can see Network Nation, Repart Drag blog, etc., etc. Doping is a creative agency who is right now working with our marketing group to advertise and make SASTIC known to a larger community so that we grow our member base. So to summarize, we are a very organized network already within 2 years of work. We are operating based on a very unique model, and we have a well-oiled machine process mechanism that goes from top to bottom, filters out projects and works with the projects to put forth higher quality ideas. And we are trying to make a difference. We're trying to be the small part of a big change. So I would like to conclude with this. Nobody made a greater mistake than he who did nothing because he could only do a little. So individually, we may do little or nothing, but together we can do more. Thank you. If you have any questions. Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about the range of applications? Where do they come from? Which areas? In terms of the domain, and also maybe just out of those 19, how would you characterize where they fall? So, and also another question, if there's no other question from the audience, what kind of collaboration are you looking for in Armenia, and outside, aside from financial donations, if people can join, what can they do? Yeah.
Absolutely, we're always in need, but we have finite amount of time. All of us, the members who are actively participating on day-to-day activities. If you are a marketing specialist, or I don't know, you can work with Facebook, you are a professional an engineer, a programmer, you can contribute to the AI, machine learning workshops we are organizing, internships we are organizing. Just come to us, say, I'm this person, I have these skills, I would like to contribute. We always have room for improvement, and maybe, who knows, maybe right now we're not thinking about a project, but that comes along and your skills will be very, very critical. So anyone, bring in your skills if you have the time or the willingness to contribute, just come to us. And in terms of projects, so I think I personally see some improvements. Initially, there was some confusion on what SASTIC does or will do. There were lots of educational projects. Of course, we would like to contribute to the advancement of education, but we also want to see some technical aspect, like hands-on engineering projects, creating something. That's the ultimate goal. So we have such projects. There is a project to a proposal, let's say, of wool. A company, it's like it's not aligned well with the SASTIC's mission, but yeah, but I would say more projects come for education, but we have less money towards educational projects.
So you're actually actively looking for different kinds of—
Yes, we are actively looking for people who have an idea for a product or creating something tangible, and we are open to working with them.
Thank you so much, Faisal.